What's up you guys, welcome back to the TristArtist channel. So today's video is all about self-care because I chose that as my theme for the month of February. But first I wanted to show you a quick flip through of my last video or last setup, and I love this theme so much. I think it's one of my favorites that I've ever done, and I love that some of you guys recreated or were inspired by it or bought my stickers that I made. Thank you so much, and I will quickly show you some of the recreations of you guys. Now, on to the next part of the video. When I think of February, I instantly think of Valentine's Day and my mom's birthday, but I didn't want to do a Valentine's Day theme. When I was pondering about what I did want to do, I had an epiphany. I thought, what about self-love, self-care, self-development? So this month I will focus on that for my goals, and I saw this beautiful illustration on Pinterest of a girl with flowers in her hair, and she was watering the flowers herself, and on her arm you could read the phrase, "Take care of yourself." And I thought this illustration was so beautiful, and I immediately knew I wanted to recreate this in my own style. So that is what I did, and I think it suits perfectly with the theme, and I love it so much. There was a lot of trial and error with this one, so bear with me guys. I hope you still like this video. While I was painting this illustration, I didn't know if I should outline it or not with black fine liner. So I asked you on my Insta stories if I should. A lot of you said yes, and after that a lot of you said no, don't do it. So I thought I would add some black details, but I didn't outline everything. I'm still not sure if I should, but I just left it like this for now because I didn't want to ruin it by adding more and more, you know. Do you ever have that feeling like, okay, should I stop now, or should I add more, or should I do this? I am always like this, so yeah, let me know in the comments if you have that. For my calendar overview of the month, I chose not to use a ruler, so it kind of has that loose and doodly look. With watercolor, I painted little dots as a background for the numbers of the dates. On the right side of the page, I wrote down "Note to Self." And here I can make a list with things to remind myself, like, it is okay not to be okay, or no one has it all figured out. I added a mix of pink, red and orange watercolors as a subtle background, and after that the struggles started. At the top of my calendar, you see I chose mixed colors and fonts for the days of the week. And after I did it, I realized that I didn't like it at all. But now that I look back, it isn't too bad. Anyway, I chose to make it all black, which definitely made it even worse. So whenever I mess things up in my bullet journal, I try to cover it up. I don't do this in real life, but in my bullet journal I do. I printed some images from Pinterest beforehand, and this was definitely a bullet journal saver. I love the pattern with the little hearts, so I pasted that on top of February. Out of paper, I made a little banner with the new February on it. I just wrote it with a Crayola super tip and gave it a drop shadow with fine liner. I also did this for half of the days of the week, so the black wasn't quite as harsh. Well, note to self, not everything has to be perfect. The struggles continued on the next page, where I made my mood tracker. I had this idea of drawing a human heart with flowers, and for each day I will color a flower with the color that represents my mood. So when I am happy, I will make the flower orange, when I am sad it will be blue, and so on. The first mistake that I made here is using the wrong colors for the heart. I tried to fix it multiple times by adding more watercolors or markers, but in the end I used my oldest trick, which I will show you at the end of this video. Oh, by the way, I just noticed that you can see I am wearing different sweaters during this video. That's because filming a video like this takes lots of time. My battery dies multiple times, the memory card is full, or I have to eat, stuff like that. So I often have to film several days before finishing it. Next to my mood tracker, you will find my habit tracker. Now, I wanted to change things up a bit and try something new. Instead of using my usual habit tracker, I made little calendars for each habit. And this is a lot of work, but I think it looks very structured and very neat. And whenever I did a workout or drank 2 liters of water, I can just check the day off by marking it. Again, I struggled here with the headers of the habits, but I really like how it all turned out in the end. My next spread contains more self-care and self-love pages. On the left side, I made a compliments page. Every day I will write a different compliment about myself. Now, this may sound a bit arrogant, but I tend to think a lot of bad things about myself, and I think a lot of women do this. So, by doing this, making this list, I want to change that negative narrative in my head. On the right side, I made a self-care menu. And the idea behind this is that whenever I feel down or when I need a little pick-me-up, I can go to this page and choose something that I need. These are all things that make me happy, make me feel relaxed, or give me that pampered feeling. And it doesn't have to be expensive at all. Most of these things don't cost a thing. And I really hope that this will inspire you to make your own self-care menu. If you do, please tag me on Instagram in your pictures so I can see it and feature it in my next bullet journal video. The thing that I chose for my self-care menu is, first of all, giving myself a manicure. I don't really like it when other people do my nails, pedicure or manicure, it doesn't matter. It isn't relaxing to me at all, and I also find it quite expensive. But giving myself a manicure does take a bit of time, and with this I will grant myself to spend that time to make myself feel pampered. This also counts for using a face mask, of course. And the funny thing is that some of these things I can combine as well. Like reading a book with a face mask on while I am diffusing some nice scented oils, or eating comfort food while watching a good movie. And yes, I am that type of person that whenever she feels down or anxious, needs to clean and organize her surroundings. My motto of life could be clean house, clean mind. I am also trying to get into yoga and meditation. This is something that doesn't come natural to me at all, but I think both of them are important and great habits. So, what are some of your habits you want to incorporate into your life? Please let me know. I would love to know, so please leave a comment. Something else that makes me really happy is creating. This could be making a video for you guys, painting, drawing, photography. It all really helps me to be happy. But because I do it for a living, it is sometimes hard to be relaxed about it, you know? So I would love to create more without that pressure behind it. And yeah, be more spontaneous and draw something for myself or paint something that I don't know how it is going to turn out. One of my favorite comfort foods is spaghetti. I love the texture of spaghetti. Leave a comment with your favorite food emoji. For my weekly spread, I mostly used images from Pinterest. I will leave a link to my Pinterest board in the description, so if you would like to use any of these images yourself, you can find them there. I also use the base of my printables that you can find on my Etsy site for this weekly layout. I don't have a new one, I am so sorry. I got really sick last week. You might be able to hear it by listening to my voice, but I didn't want to put off this video, so I hope you don't mind. With my watercolors, I painted some backgrounds for the days of the week. This instantly gives it a bit more of that crafty look, and I think that looks really nice. With black fine liner, I wrote down the days of the week. Now, looking back, I think it is a bit too harsh, so for my next week, I used a pink color instead. And if you would like to see that weekly spread, it is on my blog, so you can find all of the pictures there. I didn't film that one because this video was already pretty long. I promised to show you my oldest trick. Well, here it is again. When you mess up, you just paste something else on top of it. I printed this image of a heart, cut it out and stick glued it in, and I think it looks way better. What do you think? And that is it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you next time.